All right, y'all, I gotta give credit where credit is due. It was another smash for the ladies of Real Housewives of Potomac for their season 9 reunion, part 2. Listen, number one, I was here for the dragging of Mia. That's number one. Number two, it was so engaging the way I was just seated all the way through, and we already know how the end left us wanting more. I was here for it. It was delicious. So well done, Bravo. Especially well done, Wendy. And I never thought I'd see the day. Well done, Gizelle. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tears Take. If you love weekly recaps of the Real Housewives and all their antics, this channel is for you. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and like this video so that you and more Bravo lovers can get my content. So let's go ahead and dive in. Again, this is for the Real Housewives of Potomac season 9, part 2 of their reunion. The episode opens as a continuation from last episode, and Mia is crying in her dressing room. This is when they went on break, and she apologized to Jazzy and Stacy, and they were like, nah, girl, keep that. So Andy went to talk to her and coax her to try to come out. So she goes back to her seat, and they start back up for the next segment. And it's actually a continuation of what they were talking about before, which was their GNA package. So Andy asked Gizelle, what's it like to be an empty nester? She said she was sad a bit, and then now she's really loving the freedom that it brings. She said the twins are doing really well in school, so shout out to them. I love that her kids are thriving. And she said she's still seeing the guy who she went on a date with. I said, okay. Let me find out she can keep a man. Go ahead, Gizelle. Who is this new woman? She keeps men. She's showing emotion. She's clocking in at a reunion. Gizelle. Okay. So Andy asked Ashley about the guy that she was seeing, some guy named Josh. And she said, we started out hot and heavy, and we decided to just take a step back and slow down a bit. So they still hang out, but it sounds like it's a situationship. She said we don't really have labels, but then apparently she told Andy that like they're still sleeping together, so cool. And then it comes up of what the things that Wendy had said about Josh, and here goes Ashley. Oh, well, he was so offended. And first of all, like Ashley is always like trying to reprimand somebody and always demanding an apology. And like, she didn't demand it in this like part, but like, she's just always like, oh, I need an apology. You need to, like, girl. So she was like, oh, like all of his friends were texting him with what Wendy said. And I was like, all his friends watch Potomac Housewives? Okay, I mean, go off. So Wendy stood on business. Wendy was like, okay, I said what I said. And she was like, you said plenty about my husband, so enjoy it, sit in it, and now you know how it feels. And so they had a little back and forth, and then it kind of fizzled out. So then the next package, they talk about Stacy and Kiarna, and I saw on Blue Sky that Kiarna's man like wasn't a good guy. Like people didn't like him. He wasn't like good on the show or whatever. I did not watch this season, so maybe I should have had this disclaimer. So let me just say this. I didn't watch this season because I did not like the way last season and last season's reunion was handled, right? So I gave a little break. We, you know, had a little separation, not a divorce, right? So we came back because I love a reunion, and I wanted to kind of see what everyone was talking about. So I know some bits and pieces just based off of like the general fan opinion, or like the majority of opinions that I'm seeing on Blue Sky. But so that's when I say, oh, I heard this, I heard that. It's because I'm seeing it on social media. Not necessarily searching for it either. It's just things that have come, you know, my way. And then, and I'm just reacting to that and reacting to what I saw in the reunion. So if there are things that, you know, were captured that I'm missing over the season, that's why. So disclosure about that. However, if they keep this up and keep this energy up, I will be seated for season 10. Anyway, so I had seen on the blue sky that Kiarna's man just like was talking to her crazy, diminishing her, making her shrink herself. And I was like, oh no, not my girl Kay, because I did like her last season as a friend of. And when I saw this man and the way he talked to her, I was like, no, because he has such a prize, he has such a queen, and you, my good dude, you look like a sea urchin. So who are you talking to? Like, I had my blood boil because like the way he was talking to her was so disgusting, and you have the nerve to be looking a mess on top of it. I am not one to talk about, I try not to talk about people's looks, right? But if you have a shitty personality, all bets are off. All bets are off because you got to pick a struggle. You can't be mean and ugly. And so, like, all this hoopla, I was like, oh, this must be like, somebody drop dead gorgeous. He must be a billionaire, because there must be a reason why your head is so inflated that you think you can just treat Kiarna like this. I'm not seeing the reason. Y'all let me know what I'm missing. But I was like, oh, hell no. I was like, when I saw that, I was so mad. When I saw him, oh no. So anyway, Kiarna says she's still together with him. They went ring shopping. She, pretty much defends him that he's not comfortable with the cameras, and he is supporting her in his way by at least showing up. And I was like, just those couple of clips that I saw, he's even worse than Juan Dixon, it seems like. Like, Juan, child, we'll just leave that alone. But I do not like him for her. I need you to run, Kay. Run. Do not get a ring from this fool. Unless he's a billionaire and maybe we can work something out. But, girl, no. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. So, anyway, it looks like there is a bit of a bump in the relationship because she did move out or she's looking to buy her own place. So, she said she's not going to move back in with him until they get engaged. So, good luck, Kay, but he's not it. So, Andy switches gears. He goes to talk to Stacey about TJ. Because y'all already know the stuff I saw about TJ. I just mind my business. I was not looking up Potomac's hashtag. And the stuff that kept coming up about this guy TJ, y'all already know. So, anyway, Stacey... basically, it comes up that Stacey is no longer with TJ. Kiarna says under her breath, were they ever together? So that was funny. Stacey is officially divorced. And then when Andy circled back to asking about TJ, he asked her, like, okay, so how far did you actually get with him? And Stacey dodged the answer. So at this point of the reunion, I was like, God damn, this lady is dull. Like, can she give some oomph? Can she give like some good answers? Can she do something? But by the end, I was like, okay, I can see her having a place in this group and on the show. And I do want to see her in another season. So that's my assessment on Stacey so far. So anyway, then there was a montage of the ladies reading each other about their wigs and their outfits and like this franchise in particular. So some of these ladies on this show have always had a strange relationship to style. So it was just funny to see all the stuff. Wendy normally looks really good to me, but she had a few choices this year. Andy brought up Kiarna's like really high shoulders, and she was like, it was a moment. And I agree. I was like, that was fabulous. I was here for that. So child, let me know where you got that from. yeah, I don't know. Like Mia and Ashley are always tacky as hell. Gizelle seems to have gotten a little better, but we know she struggles there. So, it's a mess. So then there was a write-in from a fan, and these write-ins, I was cracking up this entire episode. So a fan asked Mia, "Hey Mia, I noticed that when you were with Gordon, you wore blazers, and now that you're with Ink, you're wearing Fashion Nova and serving up messy storylines." Oh my gosh, amazing. And she's like, "Well, I was, I was running a company when I was with Gordon, and then I sold it." I'm like, I thought y'all got kicked out. This girl can't tell the truth to save her life. So then Jacqueline came out, and she's pregnant. She looks great. She's very pretty. She's very pretty. She's kind of annoying, but she's very pretty. And they move on to Mia's package. And so they talk about Ink wanting a paternity test, and G saying he's certain that it's his kid, and not it. It's their son. I think it's Jeremiah. But anyways, I don't want to say it. Mia was throwing around, at least in the clip I saw, Mia was throwing around G's bipolar disorder in a way to almost like dismiss him. It seemed like she was kind of like, "Oh, he's having an episode." I was like, that's really gross. So, oh my God. Oh my God. This was funny, but it was like really sad if you think about it. So then they show Mia telling her kids, "So yeah, Daddy and I are getting a divorce." And they were like, "What?" I was like, no, this hoe did not tell her kids about their divorce for the first time on camera. Tell me I'm seeing this situation, right? And so they seemed like legit concerned. It was like, wait, what? No, we don't want you to be with Ink. We want you, here with Daddy. I was like, damn, these poor kids. I was like, Mia, she is sick. Because that chick is doing anything for a storyline, anything for, she's so gross. Okay, so, and then they had another piece in the montage of where she was like, yeah, I just want the fathers of my children to get along. And everyone, it's just like, and then I think on the back end, she was like, no, I meant my, first baby daddy and Gordon. And she is so, just like she's doing with, she just shock value. And again, anything for likes and for relevance, it just seems like she's okay with, no matter how low it goes. Ugh. Blech. I feel dirty. I need to take a shower after talking about her. So they stop the montage, and Andy starts, questioning Mia and asked what's the status of her and Ink, and she says that they broke up just due to outside influences, aka filming is done and you looked absolutely crazy, and now you're trying to backpedal and cover up this mess. Mia's crying, and she's like, it's just, everything is just so hard. And then Andy was on one this reunion. Then Andy was like, in the sweetest voice, but Mia, you said, but Ink is forever. Andy, I'm done with you. Andy, stop. Because the way he said it so seriously and so sympathetically, I was dead. And then as Mia's, no one is moved. Everyone is so over her. Everyone's like, yeah, girl, whatever. So then Gizelle pipes up and she's like, I don't believe that they broke up. She basically said it's a scheme that Todd set up. She said that Mia is just putting on a front for social media because she knows she got her ass tore up, and now she's trying to make moves so that people aren't gonna hound her so much. She also said Gizelle was coming with it this reunion. Then she says Then she spills that Mia doesn't even live in Maryland, Virginia, or DC. So Mia does not even live in the DMV area. She said Mia lives in Atlanta, and people see Mia going back and forth and traveling in the back of the plane. I was like, not Gizelle throwing in a little zinger. Listen, I don't know the last time I enjoyed Gizelle. I was like, oh my God, this was so funny. Okay, so then Mia defends herself and was like, no, I go back and forth. I live in Maryland and whatever. And it's a shame, but like, it's just like, you never know what to believe with Mia. Matter of fact, it's probably best to just not believe 99% of it, and you're probably in a really good margin of truth. Then Gizelle tags Wendy in, and then Wendy jumps in, and she basically said the same thing of, you know, Ink, there's no divorce. Ink, Gordon, and Mia are all in on this convoluted plan, and they're just trying to keep a story going. They're trying to just be relevant and have a storyline for the show. And now that she got the backlash, she's trying to act like she dumped Ink to make this situation more palatable. And I said, yep, sounds about right. And then when Wendy said all of that, Mia, this is how you know Wendy clocked it and Gizelle clocked it exactly, because wouldn't a normal person defend themselves? Like, no, like, blah, 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 you know, especially when you're on Housewives, especially at the reunion. With Wendy and Gizelle saying all of that, all Mia had to say was, no. Girl, that weak ass no. I was like, you lying. So then a viewer question asked Mia, was that the first time you told your kids about the divorce? Was that on camera the first time you told them about that? Here goes Mia. The plan was I wanted to really talk about it in therapy with them, but I just couldn't. So yeah. Girl. Oh my God. So then Gizelle proceeds to get further in Mia's ass and starts talking about the paternity stuff. And like, why would you even bring that up? Someone brought up, I think it might've been Wendy, like, well, didn't you say you did IVF? Like, then you should know that that is Gordon's son. They literally take your egg with the father's sperm and create an embryo to implant in you. So that's the easiest way to know who the father is. Like, what are you? And she's like, well, I could have been pregnant before. And this girl, she keeps going back and forth, because I remember last year when this initially came up, she said, I know my body. I know it's Gordon's. But then this ended up playing out as a whole storyline all season, only to say, ding, 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 it's Gordon's, duh. And so she tried to really tell the ladies, oh no, I could have been pregnant even though before I did the IVF. And they're like, no, that's not how it works, honey. They do blood tests, they do ultrasounds, they do a lot of things to make sure that you're not pregnant so that they can get you pregnant, okay? IVF works. So, oh my God. So then Mia finally confirms and kind of says it very plainly that Gordon's the father. Thank you. There was a question to Mia that said, how can you say that you're protecting your kids when you're clearly having really adult conversations in front of them? And Mia starts to lie. Gizelle clocks it, and Gizelle really defends Gordon. Like, he told you ahead of time he didn't want to film with Ink. You still threw him in his face, and you did it all for TV. You're just whack. She didn't say that part, but fill in the blanks there. And then Andy asked Mia, why do you think you frustrated viewers this season? And she's like, I don't know. I'm just really open, and I'm just more of this. And then Kiarna says that situation is with Gordon is giving elderly abuse. And even though it was funny, I was like, yeah, like she's exploiting this man. She's exploiting this made up situation. It's just nasty all around. Like when you think of, ugh, like, yeah, elderly abuse is one of the 10 gross things going on up in here. And here goes Mia. Well, no, trying to justify it and trying to act like Gordon like does things to make her look like a liar. And like, you know, Gordon's probably not perfect, but girl, you're a liar. You're a liar. And we've seen that. What is this? What are they seeing? Season 9? And I think she came season 6, right? So we've seen it for seasons now. It's not all G, you know? So she said, oh, he wanted to come to this reunion just to apologize in front of everyone because he's always making me look bad and make me look like a liar. And I just take it and I protect him. And as she's saying that, the girls were, no, I don't believe that. No. And then even Ashley piped up because Lord knows she needed something to do. Even Ashley was like, you know, I'm just feeling that this was all a production to you. You weren't being real, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, have a point for Ashley. But so then Jacqueline is asked, was Mia always a pathological liar? And Jacqueline, she said she wouldn't classify Mia as a liar, but she said she has exaggerated the truth quite a bit in different situations, but she wouldn't classify her as like someone who lies. She said for the most part, she is open with me. I said, girl, all right. So then Mia is asked, why did she bring up Gizelle's daughters when you are so sensitive about protecting your own kids? And she said, you know, I was wrong. I apologized to Gizelle. And Gizelle was like, yeah, and afterwards you got in my face as if you wanted to fight me. And Mia said, no, that's because you called me a terrible mother. And Gizelle was like, you are a terrible mother. She was like, no mother would put their child on a platform and put their business out there like that. She was like, yeah, you suck. She didn't say it like that, but she was like, yeah, like, get out of here. You suck. And she was like, you shouldn't be discussing your child's paternity on a public platform like this. And that's when Mia exits, and she tried to have like a dramatic exit. I think she was trying to say like, that's my cue or something like that. But she was like, that's my, and then she was just like, my kids. Like, I guess she was mad. What, girl, whatever. So then since Mia walks off, then that was like a nice segue to see what was happening backstage. And the men were backstage that were going to come out to the reunion. Well, number one, Mr. Sea Urchin Greg over here complaining, Kiana told me to come here at 1:30 and it's 4:45. Shut up. I don't like you. Bad man. Anyway, but then we see Happy Eddie, and he is looking so fresh and so clean. We stan Happy Eddie in this household. I don't know what y'all do, but we stan Happy Eddie here. But anyway, so Happy Eddie was with said bad man, and they were wondering where TJ was. So they called TJ, and they FaceTime him, and they're like, man, where are you at? We're at the reunion. And TJ's like, I'm not going to that fake-ass show with those fake-ass people. I was like, damn. What'd they do to you? Oh, I guess the whole fan base called you gay. So, okay, I guess you can be mad. So then, so then they're just having a conversation with him, and then TJ started telling them something, and then as he's saying it, production like muffles out whatever he said, right? But Eddie looks shocked. Then he texts Wendy, I guess whatever TJ said, and then when Wendy got the text, she said WTF, and everyone was like, wait, what? And that is where it left off. I said, what happened? So I can't wait to see. I have faith that we can get another 10 out of 10 episode. We'll see. But if not, like I said, I was already pleasantly surprised just with parts 1 and 2. But I am so ready to get all the tea next episode. Woo! I'm here for it. Are you here for it? Let me know. So that was the recap of Real Housewives Potomac Season 9, Part 2 of the reunion. I want to know your thoughts below. Drop your thoughts below of what you think TJ may have said or what you think this bombshell is at the reunion. And we got to talk about Karen getting sentenced soon. But anyway, I've overstayed my welcome. I want y'all to have a fabulous day. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video.